good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. For your video, make sure you leave a like. I got a good one, man. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about the new Dragon Ball series. I'm just going over some thoughts, opinions, and even some questions that I feel like definitely need to be answered as far as the series, and hopefully they will get answered before more about the series is released or even before it comes out, because I definitely got a lot of questions retained in the story and just the overall series itself. First thing I want to touch on is this series canon to the rest of our Dragon Ball canon, aka Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super? Is it canon to that main timeline that we do have? At first I was thinking that this wasn't going to be canon, that this was a isolated story, but the more I'm starting to read, a lot of articles are coming out. Even though Akira Toriyama hasn't came out and confirmed it himself, it has been said that he is more excited to be working on this. And of course, it is an original Akira Toriyama project. So just like Superhero being an original Akira Toriyama project, that kind of leans more towards it being actually canon. And a lot of articles are coming out saying this is canon to the rest of Dragon Ball. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I really do want to know for sure, like get an actual confirmation to know that it is canon. Whether or not it's canon or not, I'm still gonna watch it regardless. Another thing I do want to touch on for the series itself, from what we can see from the actual trailer itself, it does take place after Dragon Ball Superhero, the movie. That's one thing I really wasn't sure about until I actually slowed the trailer down and actually paid more attention to it. There is a clip in there that does have Baby Bola in it. As you know, that should pretty much confirm that this is definitely taking place right after Super and Dragon Ball Superhero, for the simple fact that she is still a baby and she does exist in this series. So that pretty much confirms that it is after Superhero. As far as forms, I don't know if Gohan's even gonna show up. I haven't seen him in the trailer yet, so obviously I would expect him to be in the series, but is he gonna be a big part? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to the future to see that. Is he gonna retain that Gohan Beast form? I don't know either. I feel like that's gonna be something that's gonna be confirmed later on. But definitely interested in seeing where this series goes as far as story and who's gonna be involved. As far as the series coming right off the back end of the new Superhero movie, because a lot of questions still need to be answered as far as Gohan's new form and how it stacks up compared to Goku and Vegeta. There's just a lot of questions there that need to be tied up. But like I said, definitely feel like it takes place right after Superhero. Now, I'm hoping the series ends up not being anything like GT. I know some people out there do like GT. I'm just one of the people that watched it, and it just rubbed me wrong. You could just tell it really wasn't Akira Toriyama's vision as far as story and just Dragon Ball in general. I didn't like the designs or anything in that show. You definitely could say it has a little bit of a comparison to GT for the simple fact that Goku is getting turned into a kid again. However, everyone, from what we're seeing in the trailer, everyone is going to be a kid. It's not just Goku. It's going to be Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, pretty much the whole cast. It looks like it's going to be turned into children. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. I feel like it's not going to be the same as GT as far as aesthetic. I feel like we're going to have that classic Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z aesthetic to it, for the simple fact that it is a Akira Toriyama driven story, which I feel like that's a good thing, because like I said, GT just, if you watch GT, it just doesn't feel like, I don't know, that's just me personally, I just never felt like it connects well with Z or anything else as far as Dragon Ball. It just feels off. Like, another thing I do want to talk about is, will this story be isolated as far as it being set on Earth, or is it going to be like Super and take place in outer space and have different universes, planets, etc.? I'm feeling like, from what I'm seeing in the trailer, that it is going to be based primarily on Earth. I do see some areas where it looks like it definitely is different planets. However, it could be different areas as far as like dimensions, because that's going to tie into what I'm about to talk about here in a couple of seconds. But in one clip, we definitely do see a ship coming to Earth. We see more of different environments. It definitely doesn't look like Earth, but like I said, it could be another dimension. I feel like that's going to tie into what I'm about to say or talk about here in this next clip. But I really hope it is a grounded story. I definitely love Super, but getting back to that Z feeling, of course Z wasn't fully grounded. It did get ridiculous with Frieza and Namek, but I feel like Z it was perfect. I feel like Dragon Ball was good, and I feel like Super was good, but I feel like Dragon Ball Z is literally perfection. I feel like the Namek saga, well, pretty much Frieza saga, Cell saga, I feel like those were the best sagas of Dragon Ball, and that general area is where where I would definitely like to see another story take place as far as being grounded, but having, you know, higher than life aspects in the actual story itself, as far as power level and the villain being capable of destroying pretty much the whole planet. I just like that realm right there. I feel like it definitely would be cool if it was grounded fully. I do feel like it is gonna have some aspects of space, but I don't feel like it's gonna be too much as far as like super, and then that even ties into what I literally was just about to get into. Is from what we're seeing, I don't know if they're villains or not, but judging by what we see in the trailer, they look like they're going to be the new villains. And as you can see, they're really focused on specifically Majin Buu, Babidi, and I feel like the new threat is definitely going to have something to do with Majin Buu or Babidi, just having something to do with the actual demon clan itself. I'm very interested to see what that's going to turn out to be, because I feel like it's tied more to the lore, as far as if it does have something to do with Babidi and Majin Buu, and it is tied to that, what it's going to bring to the table as far as new villains brung from, whether it's new villains from the Demon Clan or a new villain being created. It shares similarities to Buu and how Buu is, or even how Buu was created. If another version of Buu is going to be created, etc., what they're going to do with this. But like I said, you can see that these villains are definitely more focused on Babidi, Majin Buu. It's gonna be cool to see them bring something original back from Z and tie it into this new series. I'm very interested to see what that's gonna look like. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments. Do you think it's gonna have anything to do with Majin Buu? I feel like the biggest thing that's been on my head ever since I've seen this trailer, and just overall what Akira Toriyama's been talking about as far as Dragon Ball itself, is this going to be a soft reboot for the Dragon Ball franchise? Ever since seeing the trailer and just looking at the designs and everything, and just seeing how polished everything looks, and the fact that everybody's wanted new Dragon Ball, everybody wanted a new Dragon Ball series, and then the multiple teasers we got as far as quote-unquote leaks saying that there will be a new series, but it's not going to be anything like continuation of the Super series, that it was going to be something we was not going to expect. A lot of people was thinking it was going to be an actual reboot of the original Dragon Ball series, and then we ended up getting this trailer. So clearly it's not a reboot, but at the same time, is this a soft reboot but keeping intact with all of our already normal core characters that we all know and love? I feel like this definitely is a big possibility. We got all new character designs. Everybody's been turned into a kid, so now they all gotta age and grow up and go on new adventures and stories, etc. I feel like if they were to reboot the series, but keep it, you know, canon to what we all know and love, as far as it still being connected to what we all like, instead of them just completely rebooting it and having a new series, I feel like this is the perfect way to do it if they are going to do it that way. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments. Would y'all like something like that, for them to reboot it but still have it tied to what we know and love, instead of them completely redoing the series? I was a little iffy at first when I seen the trailer. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I automatically thought of GT, but the overall designs and the fact that even Vegeta's a kid, like, Vegeta's my favorite character, so seeing Vegeta being in this and having every character being turned into a kid, I don't know, it kind of just changes the aspect, and the fact that everybody has the original clothes. I don't know, it just still feels like Dragon Ball to me, even though they are kids. Definitely it's going to be interesting to see what this brings to the table as far as Dragon Ball. Without further ado, if you did like the video, make sure you leave a like. New, make sure you subscribe. Till then, I'm out. Stay tuned.